So we're gonna play this jingle, right?
Uhuru, 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 what do we do? Offer programs of liberation for African self-determination. Do we do offer programs of liberation for African self-determination? Uhuru means freedom.
Uhuru! Uhuru! My name is Ona Zanea Shatella, and I'm so excited to be here today. And we want to welcome you to the Black Power Blueprint third annual Heart and Soul Volunteer Appreciation Party. Uhuru! We got a lot for you today. Shout out to people who we see in the audience, and also we have a full audience online as well. Today is all about you. Invest in the people and they will invest in you. I would like you to meet my co-host, Stephanie Mittler. Uhuru.
I'm so excited to be here, to be co-hosting with President Ona, and to be here celebrating all of you. The volunteers are the heart and soul of this organization. So we're going to introduce you to our steering committee in just a minute, and just say that there's a lot of volunteers also that contributed to this event, and we really want to salute everyone for helping to make this event happen today.
Next slide. So these are the Black Power Blueprint programs and projects that you all volunteer for. They include the Black Power Vanguard Basketball Court, the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market, Uhuru Foods and Pies, Uhuru Solidarity Movement, Black Power Blueprint projects and promotions, Uhuru Planet, Black Power 96 radio station, Uhuru Wakalia Women's Health Center, and AIWP, and so much more.
Uhuru, next slide. So this is some of our amazing steering committee members. It includes President Ona and myself, as well as Comrade Raya, Fofi, who's in the back, Ruby, who's over here on the side, Sayali, also in the front, and next slide, Maureen in the back, Akenge, Comrade Akenge in the back, Kitty, Allison in the back here, and Jesse as well. And again, just want to thank everybody for helping to make this event possible.
Next slide. So I want to begin by recognizing and saluting the profound leadership of Chairman Omali Shatella, who for over 60 years plus have dedicated his life for overturning the social system so Africa and the African people can be free in his lifetime. Chairman will be one of our speakers today, talking about how it's important for all of you, all the volunteers, to volunteer. Next slide. So throughout this event, you will meet some of the most incredible people from all over the world and see their commitment to APDF and the Black Power Blueprint and the work each of them has done to transform the north side of St. Louis. Next slide.
So as an organization, we got together and we asked the question, what makes a great volunteer? And we came up with, next slide, 10 things that make a great volunteer. And as you sit in the audience, think to yourself like, oh, what are some things I think make a great volunteer? See if what we came up with matches what you guys think. So we're gonna name the top 10 that we came up with. So let's start with number 10. Let's go to the next slide. Number 10, great volunteers are organized.
World.
Next slide, great volunteers have compassion. Next slide. Number 8, they are willing to help. Number 7, they have a positive attitude. And number 6, they are energetic.
So the top 5 things that make a great volunteer. Now for the top 5 things, we're going to do like a little quiz. So we want everybody to participate. We're going to give you 3 options, what makes a great volunteer. And the first person to guess the right answer, get a little prize. So here we go. So the number 5 thing that makes a great volunteer. So A would be really expensive clothes. B, a fancy sports car. Or C, creativity. Anybody? Which one? Right, come on up and get your prize. Uhuru. 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 Yes. Uhuru. So Stephanie.
All right, so number 4. Do you think it makes a great volunteer if they are A, usually late, B, they have patience, or C, they have a lack of respect for others?
Anybody?
Be patience.
I love it. That's it.
Uhuru. Pete. Uhuru. Come on up, Ruby. Okay, so the number 3 thing that makes a great volunteer: A, teamwork; B, disruptive; C, inability to follow instructions. Which one? Correct, teamwork. Come on up, Dill.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Asking these hard questions.
All right, and number 2, do we think the number 2 thing that makes a great volunteer is A, a lack of engagement in their tasks, B, reliability, or C, no commitment? A bunch of
Which
people
one?
said it first.
Somebody's saying B over here.
All right, that's it. It's B.
Come on up.
Solomon.
All right, Solomon. Thank you. Okay, so finally, the number 1 quality that makes a great volunteer, is it A, keeping talents and skills to themselves; B, never making suggestions; or C, passion? Who said that? All right, come on up. C is correct, passion. Uhuru.
All right, so next slide. So what is the number 1 reason people stop volunteering? It's because they don't feel recognized. And so of course, that's what this event is all about. It's all about you, us recognizing you and appreciating you. Also, we want to keep you updated throughout the year, letting you guys know about how campaigns are going, if we're meeting our goals, so that you understand how you're helping us to meet those goals, how you're part of those victories. So we couldn't do any of this without you. Basically, the volunteers are the heart and soul of all of our work.
Uhuru.
Next slide.
So now I want to bring up Chairman Molly Shatella, who will give a brief presentation on the importance, impact of you making volunteering in the world. He will introduce our first winner of today, which is the Bowl Initiative Award, after his presentation. So we're going to have Chairman come up and speak to us about volunteering. Uhuru, Chairman.
Uhuru, brothers and sisters and comrades. I'm really pleased to be here with you. An extraordinary group of people who are being considered for these awards and who participate in volunteering. Volunteers are really important people in society. Generally speaking, that is the case. These are the problem solvers in society. These are the people who are distinguished by having what we might characterize as human consciousness, being able to look out at the world and see things and don't necessarily appreciate how they are and decide that they're going to do something about that. Humans are like other animals in most other characteristics. One of the things that distinguishes humans, though, is like human consciousness. Most animals go about procreating, eating, sleeping, doing that. Humans are part of the group that would do that kind of thing. But humans have the ability to make predictions and say, this is what it is that I want to see occur. A cow and a human being are both animals. But a human being is distinguished by human consciousness. That means that although both a cow and a human being might end up at McDonald's, generally speaking, they're on different sides of the counter based on consciousness, a decision to be there. So a cow might end up there as a Big Mac, and humans come as Mr. Mac. This is something about the distinction between human beings. Volunteering is an extraordinarily human thing to do. What I really appreciate is the fact that this organization has given us an opportunity not to just volunteer in some generic sense of the word. You know, people do that. People do that to get credits when they're in school. People do that for any number of reasons. But we have an opportunity now. Most of us who have come into this process have looked at the world and didn't like the way it is. We see hunger, we see poverty, we see oppression, we see exploitation, we see war, we see destruction of the environment that's going on right before our very eyes, and decide that we don't like that. And so we want to do something that changes. And this organization has provided us an opportunity to change it, to volunteer, to provide what expertise and energy that we have to change the world as it is. And so that's something that's very important, very extraordinary. And most of my life has been that. Martin Luther King was a volunteer. Malcolm X, they were volunteers. These are people who didn't like the way the world looked at how it functioned in terms of the treatment of human beings and the environment itself, and decided to volunteer to take that on. And I think the people in this room and in this process are of the same ilk as King and Malcolm X. In every society, there are people who we characterize as advanced forces. These are people, for whatever reason, born into situations, and if they don't like it, they're the ones who go about trying to solve the problems in society. They join the PTA because they don't like what's happening with the schools. They join other kinds of processes and volunteer to try to change things. And this is what we characterize as advanced forces. And every society produces these individuals that we characterize as advanced forces. And that's what we're looking at and who we're talking to today when we're talking about volunteering here. This project that we are currently experiencing in terms of this building, what we see around us in this building, what we see having transpired on North St. Louis, up and down this really important boulevard, is a consequence of volunteers. People who don't like it, who don't like the fact that we live in a city where the infant mortality rate is so great. And even as we talk about what's happening to people in Gaza, where children are being murdered by bombs and things like that on a daily basis, we recognize that in St. Louis, we have a situation where the infant mortality, the black babies in this city alone face a situation where something like enough black babies die in the first year of life to fill 12 kindergarten classes. They weren't bombed in the same way people are being bombed in Gaza, but they are victims of the same kind of process, the same kind of system. And it's possible for people to overlook the deaths of people here in North St. Louis that happens to black people. People overlook the fact that you can walk in North St. Louis and see structures, buildings that look like similar to buildings that you might see in places like Ukraine, where actual declaration of war has initiated a process of bombing and genocide, etc. That's the thing that we're confronted with here. And what this organization has done is give us an opportunity. Those of us who are advanced forces, those of us who don't like it, those of us who don't like the fact that we live in a situation where in the southern border they put babies in cages and call them illegal immigrants, despite the fact that they are the traditional custodians of this land. We don't like the fact that we live in a country where the lifespan of an indigenous person who are called Indians are somewhere in the 40s. We don't like that. We don't like the fact that despite everything that we know about physiology, about African physiology, that we dying 7 years less than white people in this country. There's something wrong with it, and we don't like it. We don't like the fact that schools are being shut down throughout our communities, throughout this country, much of the world. So we volunteer to change it. This organization gives us an opportunity to volunteer to take that on, to change this world. Not just to be able to talk about it, but to engage in changing the world. That's what volunteering means in this process. And I'm really happy to be here with you and with such an incredible group of people who've participated. This is really extraordinary because the fact is that most people don't get an opportunity to volunteer in changing the world. You just don't get that opportunity. There are no organizations that are available. Generally speaking, I can volunteer to change the world. An organization with such an arrogant assumption that we don't have to live like this, that we can come together, we can change the world. And that's what volunteering means in this instance, and that's what this kind of organization has provided us with. So I just wanted to really appreciate your presence. I just wanted to say something about how as volunteers you're appreciated, extraordinarily so. And the fact that, again, we are participating and volunteering to change the world so that we know that our children can have a future, not depending on who gets elected the next 4 years or not, because we have volunteered to take the future of our children in our own hands. We will make the world that our children will live in. So I want to thank you, Comrade Onozene Yeshitela. What's that last name? That's an interesting name. I want to thank you. I want to thank this extraordinary committee, our co-chair, Comrade Stephanie, my ambulance driver, who I met so many years ago, who extraordinary volunteer. I think I'm out of Boston. No, out of where?
Chicago, Minnesota.
No, but Minnesota.
Yeah.
Don't you know where you're from? Call the ambulance. And people have been involved in this work, and they've preserved a place for you. For years, people have been involved in making this work happen and preserved a place for you, as a place for you to volunteer, a place for you to participate in changing the world. So I just want to thank you so much and salute you, Comrade Deputy Chair. You're a Comrade President, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Stephanie and all of the others of you who are responsible for making this happen. And some of you I see I've known for so many years, and some I've only known a short period of time, but it's been like many years because of the level and the intensity of the work that we're involved in. Time is something that's concentrated in such an extraordinary way that things that used to take to happen in the world used to take years and years and years, and now we see time concentrated in what used to take 5 years, 10 years, now happening in months and weeks. You know what I'm talking about because you're experiencing this right now in the world as it's transforming, as it's changing. And we can be part of that change. That's what it is that we're talking about now. So I wanted to move forward and talk a little bit about the person who we are awarding.
Right.
Is that
First
right?
award, the
The
Bold
first
Initiative.
award. The first award.
For Bold and
The Bold Initiative Award. I like that. Bold Initiative. That'll get you in trouble. Boldness. It can. And so, where's my slide? There it is. So, in order to be eligible for this award, the following things must occur. The person is not afraid to do things which involve risk that is intended to solve a problem. whether a novel improvement or an innovative way to accomplish a task. And to be not afraid to do things, to take a risk in order to solve a problem. There is no problem that can be solved really without taking some risk, you know. So to be bold enough to do that, and many people won't move because it involves risk taking, and that's all an oppressor needs to know is the limits to which you can be immobilized if risk is involved in solving a problem. So this person is not afraid to do things which involve risk that is intended to solve a problem, whether a novel improvement or an innovative way to accomplish a task. A bold initiative award helps move the organization forward. The Bold Initiative Award improves the quality of the organization's operations and services. The Bold Initiative Award accomplished a major project to advance major struggles of African and oppressed people all over the world. Just think how bold Martin Luther King was. Just think how bold all of those people who said, we're not getting on this damn city, we're gonna boycott this bus and what happened. We're not riding in the back anymore. That was a bold act. You think about it. They just refused to get in the back of the damn bus where you can lose your job, your life, your freedom, etc. That was a bold initiative. If they had not dared to do that, then people would still be in those kinds of circumstances. And if people were afraid to strike out for freedom, I mean, because we're talking about a situation where they put you in jail for just trying to be free. This is the situation we live in today. Look at what's happening. If the Palestinians say, I'm not going to do it because they're going to bomb us if we try to be free, it takes boldness sometimes to step into the future. The Bold Initiative Award accomplished a major project to advance a major struggle of African and oppressed people all over the world. The person of whom I speak now is truly deserving of the Bold Initiative Award. You know it's true. So let's look at the next slide. Is that it?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
just go to the next page.
Go to the next page.
You're gonna talk about
I
that
was
person.
boldly told. So let me say a little bit about the person who we are advancing. They grew up in St. Louis, a graduate of Stevens Grade School, Sumner High School, Deaconess College of Nursing, Fontbonne University and Webster University with a degree as an RN, a BSN. They have used the RN status to lead the work of the All African Peoples Development and Education Project here in St. Louis. And did it here in St. Louis, but it was something that held up the entire organization globally, the work that she was doing here.
They were doing
advanced
here.
the overall work.
They were doing.
They were doing.
You don't want to give it away, Chairman.
That's already, it's already given away. Everybody knows who the hell I'm talking about. If they've been here more than 2 weeks, they know. Okay, Javen, I'm sorry, I blew it. Okay, so with more than 46 years in nursing, working most of, should I say their career? Can
Yes.
I say her career? Most of their career in the St. Louis area, they also a spoken word recording artist. That's hard to get to. That's like those questions we just went through a moment ago. And recording artist that incorporated edutainment in the community around awareness of issues at hand. A mother of two, born can.
Go
It's
ahead,
not
just
Dave.
read it. Just read it, man.
We know it's not Javen now. A mother of two, born and raised in St. Louis, and a grandmother of three, added to her commitment to the health of the African community. After the murder of Michael Brown Jr., she became an Uhuru Movement member and the African People's Socialist Party, and committed themselves to do all they could to liberate African communities everywhere from medical and institutional disparities. During COVID-19, the pandemic, they became part of the APDEP Black Ankh, a telehealth commission to help create and forward the work around around answers and protocols concerning COVID-19. It's probably worth mentioning that even when Fauci and people like that attached to the federal government were saying that you don't need masks, people forget that. Fauci did. He came out and said you don't need, he said masks are dangerous, in fact, because they make you drop your guard and things like that, and are likely to be able to otherwise. But this comrade was a part of the process that we're making our own masks, and we're going door to door, making sure that the African people got these masks. They assisted in recruiting medical personnel as volunteers for the Working Commission, working to forward and improve the improvement of the conditions in the African communities around the world. As a member of Project Black Ankh Telehealth Commission, they attended the Project Black Ankh Telehealth Brigade to Cuba in 2021. That's bold. The knowledge gained by the commission will increase the reach of the Uhuru movement to increase the health of African people we serve in our communities where no one else will come. Health in our own hands, everywhere we are, doing all they can by connecting the African community to the opportunity to improve the health and self-sufficiency with the upcoming doula program in North St. Louis. To put the health in the hands of the African people is powerful. They hear poetry with 2 feet on earth and 2 feet in spirit. They have been in the poetry game 20 years. Spoken word, recording artist, author, producer, director, registered nurse. They the internet host of 4 Feet Deep radio show. Now the most important work they do is for the liberation of all African people under the leadership of the African People's Socialist Party as part of NPDOM St. Louis branch. She describes the organization's local branch as NPDOM St. Louis. We're doing the damn thing.
Next slide.
Next slide. And so here's what we need to do.
Read the, no.
We need to ask everyone here to give a moment of silence for an amazing woman, Marjorie Warren, better known as Suge, who passed away on Saturday, December 26, 2024. And Suge is the mother of this incredible revolutionary comrade who is winning this Bold Initiative Award today. I wanted to say that most of us here probably did not meet Suge personally, but we did meet her through this incredible person who is receiving this Bold Initiative Award on today. Please, let's give a couple of minutes, a few minutes of silence in appreciation to Suge, and in the process, we're extending our appreciation to Comrade 4 Feet. So,
Next slide.
everyone, please stand. Put your hands together for the winner. Steve Akinlon. Oh, but come on.
So we got this engraved for you that you can put your beautiful flowers in. And it says, this Bold Initiative Award is in recognition of your commitment to advance the party's struggles for all Africans and oppressed people all over the world to be free in our lifetime.
They got me this time.
When was it? By the time I said something about being
Stevens
a mother?
School at Sumner High School. That was it. I said, what? I want to thank this organization and these great comrades that I have been with for 10 years for this and the offering to my mom. Wow. Usually I can have a poem in a minute. In a minute. Give me a word.
Sure.
Give me a word.
Suge works for me too.
Her name was Marjorie Warren. From a young girl, she became Sugar Do. They would say, Sugar can do this and Sugar can do that.
Right on.
She was Sugar Do until they dropped the do and said Sugar. Because she could do anything she wanted to, but she only did it when she felt like it. So I want to thank her for instilling in me things that I didn't even know where I got it from until her last couple of years of living with me. Stubborn, loving, along with that stubborn, because I stick and stay. A heart to go, and loving to travel, because you got to spread yourself out so you will get more in.
Right on.
And one thing freedom is the one thing that is underrated because it is so important. The reason I say it's underrated because a lot of us don't even know we're not free.
Well,
But you know what? We're gonna change that. Because guess what? We got free speech. And we're gonna use it. Uhuru Carranza, thank you so much.
Uhuru.
Oh, and it is she.
I knew that, Foots.
Okay. So
Uhuru.
Thank you.
Uhuru, wow, what an amazing program already. So thank you, Chairman, for that presentation. Thank you, President Ona. So we want to move on to our individual awards next. The first award we're going to name is the Commitment to Excellence Award. So here we go.
Okay, so our first nominee by the Black Power Blueprint Projects team and by the Black Power Blueprint Promotions team is Daniel
Colchada.
Cochalo.
Almost.
Daniel has unity and commitment to African working class and self-determination that exemplifies the very spirit of this award. There is no task too small or too challenging for Daniel. He has seen in the Black Power community garden, harvesting vegetables, weeding the rain garden, and researching and writing articles for the Black Power Blueprint Promotions. Daniel is a highly skilled, communicative, and engaging writer. He applies his love of writing to deepen the people's unity with the significance of the Black Power Blueprint's overall goal for African economic and political power. Daniel submitted articles for various websites, the Black Power Blueprint newsletter, and the Black Power St. Louis Speak broadsheet. He doesn't stop there. Getting to the people is key. Daniel joined and leads teams distributing the broadsheet throughout the North St. Louis and literature promoting reparations on the South Side. Even though Daniel is extremely busy as a resident physician, he takes on whatever needs to be done. Somehow, between the responsibility of his job, Dr. Daniel sells Uhuru pies, growing the capacity for an independent Africa economy.
LJ.
Uhuru, Daniel.
All right, and our next nominee for the Commitment to Excellence is Amir Fearington. Amir was nominated by the Black Power Blueprint Promotions team. Amir started volunteering with Uhuru Furniture in Philadelphia in 2014. Uhuru Furniture hired him soon after. He quickly learned every position in the store and became the in-house tech support system. Since Uhuru Furniture closed in November 2023, Amir has regularly volunteered with the Office of the Deputy Chair and the Black Power Blueprint. He programs the electronic sign right outside, voices videos, does the narration for videos, is the tech host and chat monitor for many events, including this one. Organizes databases, works on APDF's texting capacity. Amir brings a serious dedication to perform high quality work every single time. He brings high levels of science and provides organization. Amir does whatever needs to be done. It was really exciting when he and his family were able to visit last year here in St. Louis, participated with the STL Give Day for Uhuru Bakery Cafe, and we hope they'll return soon. So that's our second nominee, Amir.
So our next nominee is Eric Spencer. Eric was nominated by the Black Power Blueprints promotion team. Eric is a highly skilled volunteer based in Baltimore, Maryland, where he was introduced to Uhuru movement by his son Drew, a USM member. Eric came here to hear the chairman speak in Philadelphia in 2023. Eric coordinates the production of the Black Power Blueprints, beautiful and winning e-newsletters. Thanks to Eric's commitment to excellence, one or more editions of the newsletter has come out on time every month for an entire year in 2024. Eric is great to work with. He is open, flexible, and has chosen to make his many skills available to the African working class. He takes initiative to investigate and develop scientific methods to increase the reach and engagement of our newsletter. He has always managed to pull together the newsletter calmly and graciously in the midst of a busy schedule of work and family life. So let's get it together for Eric again.
All right, so the winner of this category is Daniel.
Uhuru. Beautiful flag. If you want to say a few words.
Uhuru, everybody. I just want to say how honored I am to be in the presence of the people who are going to change the world. Right on. My honor is to be here with you all, comrades, to really, push for the inevitable liberation of the African working class.
Yes.
We're going to make this happen.
Yes.
And I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank my fiance, who's going to be my wife next month, who listens to me, talk about, how passionate I am for the mission that we have here. So again, I'm just really honored about this. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much. So our next category is On the Spot Award that represents someone who is always there when you need them and also when you don't. To do whatever is needed to complete the task or assignment on hands. And the nominees are
Jalen Uhuru, who's here with us tonight. Jalen joined the Gary Brooks Community Garden team this past year and was enthusiastic to do anything he could to further the goals of African community control of food production and distribution. While juggling a weekend job and a new baby, Jalen made the time to be there during weekdays, working under the tutelage of our gardener and other team members to learn all he could. He harvested ripe food, learned to package for distribution, and carried out weeding and watering on a large scale. We could always depend on Jalen.
Our next nominee is Jan Wan. Yes, since joining USM at the National Convention early this year, or last year, Jan has been an incredible comrade, always stepping up whenever needed. Jan Wan has heard about the Uhuru movement and Chairman Omali Ishitella before she ever hit the ground in St. Louis earlier this year. She supported the Uhuru 3 trial and outreach in St. Petersburg, Florida, and volunteered consistently with the Uhuru Foods and Pies, even recruiting her daughter to work in the kitchen. She also did outreach on USM outreach tables in St. Louis. Jan's unity and dedication makes her a critical force in USM and Uhuru Foods and Pies. Give it up for Jan.
All right, so our next nominee is Peg Keefe. Peg was nominated by Uhuru Foods and Pies in St. Petersburg, Florida, who's doing a watch party at the same time. So shout out to St. Pete.
Uhuru.
So who can I count on if I can't count on you is our refrain for Peg's constant presence since Marge first recruited her to volunteer 2 years ago. Peg will do whatever is needed for however long or often it is needed. Peg is the most reliable and steady volunteer, prepping Uhuru Pies every Friday and staffing the Uhuru Pies market booth every Saturday without skipping a beat. She picks up pie supplies, distributes pie posters and cards for the holidays, repairs and cleans booth equipment, and more. Peg has also been invaluable to the Uhuru House in St. Pete, quickly troubleshooting and repairing electrical or plumbing. Peg participates in movement studies and events with a sharp resistance to the status quo. Peg has also generously lent her car, hosted movement guests, offers her own tools and supplies. She embodies the on-the-spot award and backbone of solidarity for the Uhuru Movement institutions.
Let's give it up for Peg. Okay, so our next nominee is Kabula Matumbo. Uhuru. Kabula was nominated by the African National Women's Organization and also the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market. Kabula has demonstrated an extraordinary level of unity and commitment to the success of the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market. He is consistently drove from Chicago to assist with both setup and breakdown in St. Louis, going above and beyond by bringing additional volunteers from Chicago on 2 separate occasions. His dedication exemplifies the cadre stance, showing discipline, reliability, and a deep sense of responsibility to the movement. Even in the face of personal tragedy, learning that a family member had fallen victim to horizontal violence, Kabula remained steadfast. Despite this devastating news, he still made the journey to support the market, prioritizing the mission of uplifting and uniting our community. Kabula's unwavering determination and selflessness are a testimony to his character and his commitment to the vision of self-determination and economic empowerment. Volunteers like him are the backbone of our success, and we are deeply grateful for his contributions. So I just want to say, before we announce the winner,
There's one more.
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay.
Uhuru.
Uhuru. So the last nominee, and I'm not surprised because this is a stacked category, first of all.
is.
So Talmadge Wells was nominated by Black Power 96, also viewing in St. Petersburg, Florida. Talmadge volunteers as a voiceover artist and audio engineer. Public service announcements and underwriting mentions are often time sensitive, and the production projects require a fast turnaround. Talmadge is always responsive and ready to complete projects quickly when needed. He has a strong radio voice, is a good reader, and a talented audio editor. He is always ready and willing to complete the assignment. So Uhuru to Talmadge.
Uhuru. So the winner is Kabula Matumbo. Come on down.
Uhuru, what do we do? Offer programs for liberation, for African self-determination. Uhuru means freedom.
Uhuru, I just thank the Black Power Project and the Uhuru movement. What else can you do but volunteer? You know, give it all you got. Uhuru.
All right, President Ona.
Okay, so like for the last 2 years, at every event, we had like so many great nominees. So we were like saying, okay, it can't be just one winner, it has to be two. So this year we said, okay, we can't do this anymore. We can't have two winners. We have to really choose.
Yeah.
But this category was so
We
packed.
couldn't do it. It was too hard.
Go ahead.
Well, we picked a second person, and I think that no one will be surprised when we announce the other winner is Peg Keefe in St. Pete. Uhuru. So I don't know if we have the ability to show the award and also go to St. Pete and see if we can get some of their video.
Can we get?
We know it's possible. There they are. Oh, great.
Great. Can Peg say a few things? Can Peg say a few words? I know she's don't want to. Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Uhuru Peg.
They want you to go over there.
I'm gonna just take a picture of my stomach. Hey!
Uhuru.
Maybe, can you try now?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yes,
Let's say something.
we can hear.
I'm very good at being surprised.
All right.
And I have to say, since I've been here, people have treated me very warmly because I'm volunteering. But, you know, I got a little secret that I'm getting more out of this than you're getting out of me. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Peg. Peg is in St. Petersburg, Florida now. So our next category is the Dedicated Service Award. And this award goes to someone who has contributed a lot of their time. Nothing in the world takes place of persistence and determination. And the nominees are
Nathan Kaplan was nominated by the Black Power Blueprint Projects team. Nathan Kaplan is a consistent volunteer with the Black Power Blueprint Projects team. He always has something to donate in materials and skills like rich soil for the vegetable beds and the ability to assemble the benches at the Black Power Vanguard's basketball court. Nathan travels far to participate, but that did not stop him from leading the project to build the shed to house the garden irrigation system and tools at the Gary Brooks Community Garden. Once built, other volunteers applied the paint and African designs that contribute to the beauty and inspiration of the garden and Karibu outdoor venue. So that's Nathan.
So our next nominee is Zoe Waxer. Zoe exemplifies dedicated service. She is highly skilled graphic designer based in Seattle who has produced social media graphics, flyers, other print materials, and videos as part of the Black Power Blueprint video team. Zoe literally produced a piece a week, every week for an entire year in 2024, and sometimes more. Zoe is a pleasure to work with, open to feedback, taking work seriously. She has a fast turnaround. She is extremely prolific, consistent, and has made a commitment to doing whatever is needed to be done for APDF and the Black Power Blueprint.
Uhuru to Zoe.
Uhuru to Zoe.
All right, and our next nominee is Janet Van Fleet.
Uhuru.
Janet was nominated by Uhuru Solidarity Movement. Janet, who is a longtime Uhuru Solidarity Movement member, now based in Tacoma, Washington, has been a key force in building USM in the Puget Sound region through consistent outreach and event organizing. She helped build the Tacoma Hands Off Uhuru event, connecting with groups like WHEEL, FRSO, Northwest, and the Tacoma Black Panther Party. Her dedication extended to attending the Uhuru 3 trial with her partner Peter and involving new comrades like Rainey Newman in national efforts like the Giving Tuesday Telethon. So that is Janet. Uhuru.
Janice. Our next nominee is Marge Keller. Marge was nominated by Uhuru Foods and Pies in St. Petersburg, Florida. Marge first came to an Uhuru movement march and rally about 10 years ago. An expert baker and cook, having previously owned a restaurant, she right away began volunteering at the Uhuru Breakfast and Lunch Booth. For the past 4 years, Marge has been the Uhuru Pies head baker, dedicating her time each week and sometimes twice a week during the 8-month market season to assemble and bake Uhuru pies. Marge calmly multitasks and produces beautiful pies each time, and positively encourages and compliments all of our volunteers and staff. She is always going beyond, above and beyond, working as long as needed to get everything done and the kitchen clean. Marge exemplifies a deep commitment to African self-determination and to reparations in action.
Uhuru. All right. And our next nominee is Chris Clement. He was nominated by the Black Power 96 team in St. Petersburg, Florida. Chris volunteers with Black Power 96 Radio as a studio and transmitter engineer. In 2024, Chris continued his dedicated service to the station. He comes to the studio weekly to ensure that the emergency alert system, streaming app, and other equipment are operating properly. He presents a comprehensive report to the station's weekly staff meetings. He wired the station's landline phone so that hosts can put callers on the air live, and built a portable sound kit for remote DJ gigs. He donates equipment and finds solutions to the station's technical challenges. And that is Chris.
So our final nominee is David Redbeard-Ritten. All right. So Redbeard, as we call him, was nominated by the National Uhuru Foods and Pies team. David, also known as Redbeard, is a cornerstone of Uhuru Foods and Pies dating back to the 1970s. He is responsible for so many successes and positive relationships in the California Bay Area. When Uhuru Foods and Pies made the move to St. Louis, he came along, at least in spirit and in action. He's not on the ground in St. Louis with our team. However, he has helped load the truck to move to St. Louis from Oakland, California. He's also continued to take care of the resources in Oakland, win continued support, and sell Uhuru pies in his California friends that were delivered actually to St. Louis this past season. Redbeard's dedication does not falter.
Uhuru. Excellent. All right, another stat category. So the winner of this category is Chris Clement. Uhuru. So Chris, like we said, is also located in St. Pete. I don't know if he's there in St. Pete at the event.
Is he there? Okay,
Not seeing motion.
okay.
Okay, well, this is going to be mailed to Chris.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
So our next category is the Youth Leadership Award. The Youth Leadership Award goes to youth up to the age of 24. This award would go to a young person who has enthusiastically stepped forward, taking responsibility to be positive role model to their peers. Leadership is not a position or a title. It is an action and leads by an example to all. And our nominees are Javen Calvin. Javen was nominated by both the Gary Brooks Community Garden Committee and the Black Power Blueprint promotional team and the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market team. Javen should win this on-the-spot award because of his openness and willingness to participate in almost every aspect of the Black Power Blueprint work. After his internship with us through the St. Louis Youth Jobs, Javen has continued to volunteer and is an invaluable part of the garden and the promotion team. He has been a key member of the gardening team, the giveaway table, and the promotion team, creating beautiful graphics, creating and editing our videos, archiving photos, producing written training, and whatever else is needed on the spot. Javen has enormous potential that is not even close to being met yet. As you can see, when he speak to the Uhuru Bakery and Cafe press conference, he is a brilliant wordsmith and artist who we hope will continue to work for the Black Power Blueprint at a higher level of responsibilities. Javen also has been an outstanding volunteer for the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market Breakdown Team, consistently demonstrating a positive attitude and a willingness to go above and beyond. He also volunteered at every market, assisting with setup and breakdown, covering tables for vendors, and making himself available whenever it's needed during the weekend. His contribution played a key role in the market's success for this season.
All right.
Uhuru Javen.
All right, so the next nominee for this category is Curtis Jones. So, and Curtis is also here with us tonight. So Curtis was nominated by the Black Power Blueprint promotions team. Curtis met the Black Power Blueprint through our partnership with the St. Louis Youth Jobs Internship Program. During the program, it became very evident that Curtis has the potential to be a powerful leader. He led an outreach drop team for a successful door-to-door shift, distributing the broadsheet, solving issues as they came up, and doing an effective overview and summation. He is also a natural in the Uhuru Pies Bakery. He really cares about mobilizing the whole team and doing the best job possible. After completing the internship, Curtis continued to volunteer with the Black Power Blueprint, including at the Uhuru Bakery Cafe press conference. He deserves this nomination for the strides he is making to becoming the leader that he has the potential to be.
Uhuru. Okay, so the winner is Javen Calvin.
Uhuru, what do we do? Offer programs of liberation for African self-determination. Uhuru means freedom.
I just want to say, I really appreciate doing the work for Uhuru because it just makes me like feel more important in the world that like we really out here like changing stuff. And it's just amazing like to be here with everybody. I want to thank Ona because she's just kind of like my second mama for real. She really just makes sure like she done got me through a lot of stuff. And I want to thank the chairman because he's just like, I don't know, he's just so inspirational. So, just how he lead everything, and one day I really want to like be like him. But I really appreciate this award.
Uhuru.
I'm just saying.
All right, Uhuru. So the next award, okay, so is the Volunteer Team Award. The Volunteer Team Award goes to a group whose outstanding performance, teamwork, and accomplishments warrant recognition. The sign of a good leader is not how many followers you have, but how many leaders you create. And the nominees for this category are, first off, the Uhuru Solidarity Movement nominated Indigo Chance and Dylan Gertie. These are two separate people. But they have both played an invaluable role in the Uhuru Solidarity Movement this year, driving from Columbus, Ohio to attend the USM Convention in March, actively participating in outreach, events, and campaigns, including the March Against Genocide, the 24 Hours Reparations Telethon, and the Uhuru 3 trial. Working with these comrades has been amazing. They do work as a team as well as individually. They are so principled, serious, humble, generous, relentless, and eager to continue to develop politically and join APSC.
So our next nominee is Urban Scholars at WashU. The Black Power Blueprint Projects teams nominated the Urban Scholarship WashU. Not only have they volunteered as a group for the last 4 years, in 2024, the Urban Scholars' outstanding dedication, commitment, creativity, talent, skills, and collective happiness touches the whole community like a shining star beam beaming down everywhere. They are always enthusiastic and eager to learn new skills and teach others. They win their peers, their families and friends, and also off campus. They are also excited to get out in the fresh air at the Gary Brooks Black Power Community Garden during the volunteer work days, getting their hands dirty. They weed, they plant, they water, and harvest fresh vegetables, herbs, and flowers that bloom every year bigger and brighter than the season before. They do anything that needs to be done. We learn as much from them as we can as they learn from us. The 2024 Urban Scholars Volunteer Group is truly deserving of this recognition. Uhuru. Uhuru.
The next nominee is the Black Power Blueprint Projects team, nominated by the Black Power Blueprint Projects team, the Civic Scholar Fellowship at WashU. The Civic Scholarship Fellowship is led by Cameron Thompson with Donovan Dixon, Jasmine Yang, and Sylvie Raymond. This dynamic team of WashU students secured a Gephardt Institute grant to further the building of the Uhuru Wakalia Freedom to Nurture African Women's Health Center in North St. Louis. Cameron reached out only 1 week after volunteering in the Gary Brooks Community Garden, where she learned that the outrageous high rates of African infant and maternal mortality are preventable. The key being African people having power over their own health care and economic self-determination. Her team of 4 scholars got to work and submitted a winning grant. Partnering with the Black Power Blueprint, Cameron, Donovan, Sylvie, and Jasmine designed and produced 5,000 brochures, 5,000 door hangers, a beautiful retractable banner, and a logo design tablecloth for outreach opportunities. Forward to building the Uhuru Wakalea, and salute to this amazing team. Uhuru.
So the winner is, or are, Indigo and Dylan.
Uhuru, what do we do? Offer programs of liberation for African self-determination. Uhuru means freedom.
Come on up.
Truly honored to be a part of this movement. Got involved last year through the USM convention, saw the chairman on YouTube, and had to come down to St. Louis from Columbus, Ohio to visit and learn from the realest leadership I've ever met. So I'm super honored. Thank you.
I'm immensely grateful, and again, I salute the leadership. To quote Chair Jesse, he said this after the victory at the trial. I love this movement, and I'm really grateful to be here again. Looking forward to continuing to build the Black Power Blueprint and succeeding in this this cafe struggle.
That's right.
Inevitably, yes.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you again, Uhuru.
Uhuru, Uhuru.
All right, Uhuru, so the next award is the Spirit and Positivity Award. And this recognizes individuals whose positive attitude impacts those around them and is contagious, motivating, and enhancing the confidence of everyone around them. So the nominees are, first nominated from Uhuru Solidarity Movement is Kara Locke. Kara has been Kara has been instrumental in the San Francisco Bay Area and Western Region Uhuru Solidarity Movement committees under Wendy Snyder's leadership. consistently stepping up for outreach, phone banking, and major initiatives like raising over $1,000 through a reparations yard sale. She has united with coordinating the Reparations Legacy Project this coming year. Tireless and dedicated, this comrade worked on the telethon program with Brendan, was present for the Uhuru 3 trial and sentencing hearing. She ensures new recruits are treated with care and respect, making her an invaluable comrade. So salutes to Kara.
Carol. How you pronounce her last name?
I do not know.
Okay. So our next nominee is Pat Oshkosh, who was nominated by Uhuru Foods and Pies in St. Petersburg, Florida. Despite facing serious health issues, Pat is the model for positivity. She participates to the fullest extent of her capacity without focus on herself, which is an inspiration to all of us. As a former teacher, she is also upbeat, motivating, and encouraging to others. She has a spirit of learning and wonder and acceptance of all. Pat studies African internationalism and attends movement webinars. She truly believes that there can be a better world led by African revolution. She puts that optimism and commitment into practice weekly with the Uhuru Foods and Pies, where she radiates an infectious, positive energy.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
All right. All right, so the next nominee for this category is Tanja Johnson. She was nominated by the Black Power 96 team. Tanja is a volunteer for Black Power 96 in St. Pete who is always willing to jump in, always with enthusiasm. From helping to secure food and drinks donations for the Freedom Summer, to helping to staff outreach booths, to increasing awareness of the station. Tanja's kindness and willingness brings the whole team together. Uhuru. Okay, and I have the next nominee as well, who is Francis Olawalagbala. He was nominated by the Black Power Blueprint Promotions team. Francis responded to our ad on Catch a Fire to create a logo for the Capital campaign. We met with him and were immediately impressed with his professionalism, his enthusiasm for the project and everything. But then we received his work. The logos that he produced were beautiful, high quality, and creative. He took our input and came up with solutions. It was clear from the beginning that he was committed to producing the very best for the Black Power Blueprint. Francis is located in Nigeria and often deals with internet issues, time difference issues with our meetings, and still makes it all work. Now Francis has agreed to create the logo for another exciting project, and we can't wait to show everyone the results.
Uhuru.
Francis.
So our next nominee is Makeda, who was nominated by the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement. Makeda has been a staple in the Uhuru organization since Chairman Omali Yeshitela set foot in St. Louis in 2014, one of the two remaining members of the original MPDOM St. Louis unit. She has set up the One Africa, One Nation Marketplace, co-MC the Poetry Fundraiser, Culture for Poets Against Genocide, and the Sunday Rally, International Culture for the Trial for Uhuru 3, and was in the MC for Uhuru Bakery Press Conference. Makeda has been a volunteer of the movement for many years, supporting the Black Power Blueprint. You can hear her voice on many of the videos created to showcase all of our work. Makeda brings all of her creativity and talents to the movement, and 2024 was no different. Her smooth, captivating voice shining through songs and poetry is always a treat at our events. You will find Makeda leading press conferences and protests and helping to bring others to the event. Anytime we call, she contributes her best and always makes an event better, warmer, brighter, more beautiful, and more meaningful. This is why she deserves the Spirit and Positivity Award.
Uhuru.
Uhuru. Uhuru.
All right, so our winner for this category is Francis.
Uhuru. Uhuru, Francis. We know that Francis is online.
Francis is watching online, so we just really want to salute
From
Francis.
Nigeria, so it's about 12
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning there in Nigeria. So we want to congratulate you, Francis, for winning the Spirit Award.
Uhuru.
So, and so once again, you know, this category was a profound category, and it was very hard to decide one winner. So we have two winners in this category, and our next winner is Makeda. And I don't know if Makeda is here. But here's Makeda's beautiful plaque that she will be getting sometime soon. Uhuru.
Uhuru. All right, fantastic. So I think we have two categories left. So this next category is the Heart and Soul Award, and this goes to someone who makes others better as a result of their presence and making sure that their impact lasts a long time in their absence. So the nominees for this award are
The first is Shakura Sinqueli Uhuru of the Black Power Blueprint Projects. The tradition of the Gary Brooks Community Garden was carried out by Shakura in the 5th growing season in 2024. Shakura brings the African working class knowledge that was passed down by her families who planted our own food, herbs, and fruit trees out of necessity. Shakura was our gardener, led scores of volunteers in cultivating, nurturing, and tending the garden each Saturday volunteer workday. She led the teams in a weekly harvesting for the Free Food Giveaway Community Program and the One Africa, One Nation Farmers Market. And the most important gift of all was Shakura's transference of knowledge to the next generation of health and benefits for our various herbs and vegetables.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
All right. And our next nominee in this category is Christopher Smith. Christopher was nominated by the African Independence Workforce Program. Christopher Smith is a perfect candidate for the 2024 Heart and Soul Award. In early 2024, he donated over 100 hours of his time to edit our AIWP promotional video. We had many revisions and changes for him and tight turnaround times for each version. This was also during a time when there was many things in his own personal life that were in flux. Because of his unity with African self-determination and his efforts, we have a beautiful video that is used to promote and illustrate the African Independence Workforce Program for the general public, our supporters, potential industry partners, and potential grant funders for a long time to come. The video is also used by many other departments of the Uhuru movement to showcase the programs of the Black Power Blueprint. His participation at a crucial point has created an impact that has a far-reaching impact and touches and inspires and motivates so many.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Our next nominee is Paul Kessler, who was nominated by Uhuru Solidarity Movement and Uhuru Foods and Pies. Comrade Uhuru. Comrade Paul is a longtime member of USM and has been a staple in the work nationally and locally in Spokane, Washington. This comrade has gone above and beyond to support African self-determination consistently, fundraising for the programs of the Black Power Blueprint with his music, helping to build the cabinets for Uhuru bakeries, and winning new recruits to a deeper understanding and appreciation of African internationalism. Paul Kessler has brought his best to the Uhuru movement for 40 years. Nothing embodies his desire for excellence for the African working class more than the beautiful artwork he contributes to Uhuru Bakery and Cafe in 1987 in Oakland, California. So Deputy Chair and the Chairman asked him to bring the same beauty to St. Louis through the Black Power Blueprint for the Uhuru Bakery and Cafe right up the street here on West Florissant. For 3 weeks in April of 2024, Paul came and spent every waking minute in St. Louis, away from his family, building the cabinets that would grace the Uhuru Bakery and Cafe when we win the zoning appeal in February of this year. Uhuru,
Yes,
Paul.
Uhuru Paul. All right, and the final nominee in this category is Lariah Jones. Lariah was nominated by Black Power 96. Lariah is a volunteer and firm supporter of the Uhuru movement located in St. Petersburg, Florida. Initially the administrative assistant, Sister Lariah prioritized learning the ins and outs of her role as well as others to improve the efficiency of station operations. Lariah embodies the mission of APEDF, and her presence surely leaves a lasting impact. Uhuru.
So the winner is Paul Kessler. And I don't know if Paul is online. Brandon, is Paul online? Is there winning? Yes, can you promote him and see if he has anything to say? Is he there?
It's trying to, there he is.
Okay.
Uhuru, Paul.
Uhuru, Paul. Congratulations.
Uhuru, comrades. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Uhuru, can you see me and hear me?
We can hear you.
We stop the share screen.
Uhuru. Oh my gosh. What an incredible honor, comrades. I feel like there are so many profoundly important volunteers and people who contribute. I in my wildest dreams, I couldn't imagine that I was going to be winning this award, but I'll tell you, I want to quote somebody who spoke earlier who said that I get more out of this in my contribution than I could ever give because it's changed me as a human being. And I'm profoundly grateful to the chairman, the deputy chair, Ona, to all the leadership I've worked with over these 40 years to give me the opportunity to bring my skills and my passion to this work. Uhuru.
Thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate you so much. Okay,
Uhuru.
next slide. Uhuru. So before we announce the nominees for our final award, the Uhuru NTU Volunteer of the Year Award, we want to make a quick announcement about two important dates. First, we're asking everyone to come out this Tuesday, January 21st at 6 p.m. to a community meeting right here in Aquaba Hall to discuss our next steps in the campaign to open Uhuru Bakery and Cafe. We also ask everyone to mark your calendar now to virtually attend the appeal hearing for the Uhuru Bakery and Cafe with the zoning department, which would be on February 12th at 1:30 on Zoom, Central Standard Time. So if you guys can just really be at the meeting on this Tuesday for organizing meeting that we are preparing for the hearing on February 12th to help us open this bakery that's been over a year in struggle with the city of St. Louis. So we want to win this appeal. We want to go ahead and open Uhuru Bakery and start serving our delicious pies and our comfort food, African comfort food. So if you can just jot that down, Tuesday, January 21st at 6 p.m. in person right here at 4101 West Florissant at 6 p.m. And the appeal hearing is Wednesday, February 12th at 1:30 p.m. on Zoom. And that's the Zoom information. And we'll be sending something out again before that date to let everybody know.
Uhuru. So
Uhuru.
our final category of the awards is the Uhuru NTU Volunteer of the Year Award. Before we do that, I just want to ask for everyone to give yourselves a round of applause.
Uhuru.
Every single volunteer is so appreciated and so valued. And hopefully everyone received your certificate of appreciation, your small gift at the when you came in. It's just a small gesture of the appreciation that this whole organization has for every single person, and all the nominees, everyone is just incredible. So I also just want to say at the very end, we're going to have our lovely taco bar in the back. So I hope people are hungry, but we want to try and do a group photo here at the front with everybody. So just heads up. Okay, so our final award of the evening is the Uhuru NTU Volunteer of the Year Award, and it goes to individuals whose performance demonstrates extraordinary efforts above and beyond the call of duty, who demonstrate enthusiasm, who promote pride, teamwork, and a positive image throughout the organization, and that should be recognized for their contributions.
And the nominees are Jordan Mackey was nominated by the Black Power Blueprint Projects. Jordan enthusiastically assumed leadership as the 2024 liaison for the Washington University Urban Scholars to the Black Power Blueprint, cementing a 4-year relationship that's connecting the students to the African working class community of Northside St. Louis. Jordan started from the start. Just let me know whatever I can do. Jordan served as the project manager for the Gary Brooks Black Power Community Garden volunteer team and led volunteer workday projects on site, organizing teams to carry out assignments. Her leadership is inspiring and wins a constant flow of volunteers from several WashU student groups, as well as family members that contribute to all the garden volunteer work days. She volunteered at many weekly food harvesting days, shopped for volunteer snacks, and provided transportation for students who otherwise couldn't participate. Providing a role model on campus, Jordan influenced other service groups, including students, to volunteer on the pie production for the St. Louis Uhuru Pie Campaign. Most importantly, Jordan won a core group of students to assume the liaison role after she graduates. So the relationship with WashU Urban Scholars and the Black Power Blueprint endures into the future.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
All right, the next nominee for this category is Andy and Raphael. The Uhuru Solidarity Movement nominated Andy Gaither and Raphael Susasomo. This is a serious power couple. Since meeting these two comrades at a Stop Cop City protest in 2023, they have been relentless in their work with the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. Despite some serious health concerns, both Raphael and Andy make a huge effort to participate in local campaigns, including the 24 Hours Reparations Telethon, the Sunday rallies, the March Against Genocide, Uhuru Pies, and so much more. Even taking the initiative to organize on behalf of USM at different events. The unity they both have with African self-determination and reparations is deeply inspiring. Uhuru.
Uhuru. Our next nominee is Mariah Bond with the Black Power 96 radio station. Mariah Yes.
That's the voice.
Mariah volunteers with the Black Power 96 radio station as promotion coordinator. In 2024, she continued to develop in the ranks of the Black Power 96 radio team, expanding her skills and accomplishments. She manages and analyzes the station's social media accounts, serves as the station primary voiceover talent for our public affairs and underwriting production, and has become the Uhuru Movement's rising internet star through her stellar professional performance as an MC for online events. In particular, narrating the Bernie Spear Media's Readers Theater reenactment of the Uhuru 3 trial. Uhuru, Mariah.
All right, and the final nominee in this category is Sayali Moyenda.
Yeah.
Uhuru Foods and Pies nominated Sayali. Sayali is an African internationalist. In April of this year, Sayali made the move from Oakland, California, where he had lived for decades working in the with the Uhuru movement there, to the home of the Black Power Blueprint here in St. Louis. This is real dedication. Sayali had contributed years to making Uhuru Pies look and taste beautiful. As the Uhuru Foods and Pies outreach coordinator, he is always winning so many in the community to support economic self-determination. Now he is opening up so many new community relationships at breweries, cafes, and special events for Uhuru Pies. Sayali has brought his genius, his art, his laughter, his music, and his love of Uhuru to Uhuru Pies St. Louis in so many ways. including bringing the community free food from the Gary Brooks Community Garden, staffing the booth every Friday during the harvest season. Uhuru Sayali.
Uhuru. So the winner is Siali.
Means freedom.
I'm shocked. But I'm extremely humbled by this. I'm extremely, I'm really so much appreciation. And I've always said it before, this is the only organization that I know of where I can make a home and do the work that needs to be done so that African people can be liberated and free.
Wow.
Wow. I still can't believe it, but it's true. I'm holding it in my hand. I just want to say, it's not about awards for me. I really appreciate this. It's about seeing our people not suffer anymore. Seeing this neighborhood, this community, without all these decaying buildings, thriving, economic, that's why I'm here, to make things happen, to help make things happen. Uhuru.
Uhuru. So again, we want to salute everyone, each and every one of you for coming out today and for also participating and volunteering with the African People's Education and Defense Fund and the Black Power Blueprint. You are the heart and soul of the Black Power Blueprint. So again, before we go, we want to get a group picture to the left, and we want to open up the taco bar, because I'm hungry. I know everybody else is hungry as well. So Uhuru, and thank you again, Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Uhuru, 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 what do we do? Offer programs of liberation for African self-determination. Uhuru means freedom. Uhuru means freedom.
All right, so I'd like to ask everybody to stand up and come forward.